Thank you, Diogo. I hope that you're listening me well. First of all, I would like to thank for the invitation to this panel, it's a very interesting panel. It's my base city, it's my city, Lisbon, so I'm always glad to talk about Lisbon and for sure about his sport. Well, coming to AGEPOR, AGEPOR is the Portuguese Ship Agents Association, and we represent almost all Portuguese ship agents, meaning that we are more or less about 80 companies associated to AGEPOR, and we are in all Portuguese, we are represented in all Portuguese ports. Of course, that our main role is to protect and to defend the profession of the ship agent, and this we do, but we are also very engaged within the community and within the shipping industry in Portugal, trying to be part of the solution, trying to be part of the success of the shipping sector in Portugal. AGEPOR, as you said before, is a member of FONASBA, which is the worldwide federation of associations of shipping agents and brokers. At the present, we play the role of the vice president, the regional vice president Europe, and also member of the board, meaning that we have a very active presence in all related to the ship agents business all over the world. Ship agent is a licensed profession in Portugal, as the freight forwarder are as well, and I would like to say that I'm very proud to be a ship agent, and I've been a ship agent almost all my life. As you told us before, I started my career about 41 years ago, 20 working in shipping agents, and the other 21 till now working for the ship agents and for the agents in AGEPOR. Well, who are the ship agents? I'm not going into details, but I would like to, let's say, to say that the ship agents are mainly the face and the arms of the ship owners in a port. They have been like this almost from centuries ago till now, and in my opinion, they will continue, because it's not possible for each and every ship owner to install its company in a port. In spite we have nowadays the major container lines in the ports. They are not as ship owners, but as ship agents. They establish themselves as a ship agent. Well, when I told you that we are the face and the arms of the ship owners, I would like also to highlight that we are also the ears and the voice of the ship owners. And in fact, we know that, for instance, you all as port service providers, all service you may imagine, you talk directly to our principals. You may be sure that at the end of the day, and mainly when there are some problems or not, they will come to us to validate what happened, what is our opinion on that subject, and so on. So we are not only the face and the arms, but also the ears and the voice of the ship owners. And this is very important to understand, because you should count with us as we count with you as well. We are always monitoring their daily business, and they are always through us asking if things, what are the let's say, if everything is going okay. When a ship owner decides to call a certain port instead of other, what are they expecting? Well, they are expecting at the end of the day to have good solutions and not problems. Unfortunately, this was not the case for the past years in Lisbon. And I'm not going through it again and again and again. I would like and would rather concentrate on the future, and what shall we do in the future in order to overpass what was less positive in the past, and the consequences we all know till now. We need to change, first of all, the image of the Port of Lisbon. and create the real perception among the shipping industry that we are all doing our best in order to improve and to recover the confidence that Lisbon deserves. In the past, we have been very known as a very good port, but unfortunately, as I mentioned before, this was not the case for several years, and now we are, let's say, facing the consequences of all mistakes we did in the past. So it's very important for the time being to stick together and to try to work very hard in order to overpass this and to have a bright future, which I'm very confident that we will have. Well, we need to work very hard together, as I told you, for a common goal, and understand that the ship owner is looking more and more for solutions, productivity, transparency, simplification. We need to understand that for a ship owner, a port is no longer a final destination, but it's part of a global logistic chain. So he needs good connections, less bureaucracy, and less frictions in all related to the cargo and the vessel. So this kind of attitudes are more than welcome. Well, a ship owner is looking and needs a smart port, as we know nowadays, a port with all the facilities. And we would like to have Lisbon as one of the smarter ports, at least in Portugal. This is what we aim, and this is what we are fighting for in AGEPOR. We sit in all port communities, and we try to play an active role in order to improve the cooperation between all the stakeholders and making sure that the port is, let's say, more and more competitive. So I have nothing to say for the time being than let's work together to be sure that Lisbon will become one of the smarter ports in Portugal. And if we succeed, you may be sure that the Port of Lisbon has a bright future. And like this, the Port of Lisbon will honor his past and the bright future he had in the past. I'm not going to say anything more for the time being, and I'm open to all questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio. Well, I do have one or two questions. Basically, well, you mentioned that one of the main issues is to regain the confidence, the trust in Lisbon, basically. Do you believe that Yilport Liscont is in the right path with the developments and that we're coming together?
Yes, for sure. I think Yilport Liscont, they are, let's say, taking the measures needed. I still remember when we decided to go through the manpower and to try to overpass the continuous strike situation in Lisbon, making an effort to have your own facilities in that respect, and this is for sure a major step, but also cooperating with all the stakeholders in such a way that we are all voicing the, let's say, the will of changing the image of Lisbon, which has to lie on each of us and which has to be our major goal from the time being, because this is the most important thing. When we will change the image of Lisbon, it will be much more easy for each of us to gain business for us in Lisbon.
Again, okay, and we know that due to the pandemic, that there are fewer containers available and freights are at record historical values. Could this be an obstacle to Yilport Liscont growth plans?
I don't think so. Shipping is a cycle industry. Nowadays, we are facing a situation which is, let's say, a situation I think the humanity never faced in the past. It's something which is really, really different from what we knew from the past, and for sure we are in a position nowadays with no containers, less services. Well, the whole global logistic chain is in turbulence nowadays. But as I told you before, this is a cycling industry, and of course, this kind of situations will go. And I'm not sure if it. I'm sure it will not be tomorrow, but maybe in 1 or 2 years we will see that the things will change, and the new normality will become again the normal situation. And I'm sure that we will be able to handle it in a proper way. And I'm sure that Yilport Liscont will be able to grow, and growing yourselves, we all grow as well.